Now, a new report shows that the security crisis in Katsina State is worsening, with civilian deaths hitting record levels. Verified data points to a deadly and uneven 5-year pattern of violence across the state. Data from ARCLED shows a sharp rise in attacks in Katsina, with civilians' deaths reaching a 5-year high of 533 in 2025. This caps a violent half-decade that has claimed 1,591 lives since 2021. After an initial drop in fatalities from 246 in 2021 to a low of 138 in 2023, the situation deteriorated rapidly. Deaths surged to 495 in 2024 and climbed even higher in 2025, marking a steep reversal in the trend. Our correspondent Jamil Mabia joins me now from Katsina. Hello, Jamil. Oh, Jamil, I just wanted to ask you, I trust that you're safe, but let's look at this whole matter. You went into that area to speak to the residents, or some residents of Katsina State, and they told you their condition, the things they're going through. I mean, one of the last people you spoke to said the bandits are concerned that their members are not being released from the various prisons where they are, correctional centers where they are. But what can you say is the feel of the residents besides the, how do you say that, fear or palpitations, as the case may be?
I didn't get that question right. Can you take it again, please?
You spoke to the residents of Katsina, some of the residents of Katsina, as regards the banditry situation. But what was your takeaway from that meeting with them? Because you spoke to the residents and then the bandits.
Yeah, I spoke to both residents and the bandits, and for the first time, this is the first opportunity we got to speak with bandits to hear their own side of the story at a time when there is so much heat and concern from major stakeholders with regards to releasing 70 bandits. And from from the side of the community, from the interview that we've seen in the story, Malufashi axis, that is the Malufashi area, some of the community members have resort to using or taking back their arms to defend their homeland. And, their reason is because the bandits over there have not upheld the promise of the peace deal. And even after the peace deal, they faced intimidation from the bandits to the extent bandits will ask their wives to cook food for them or carry their mattresses and lay on them in front of their houses. And bandits also ransack their cattle and motorcycles and what have you. So the intimidation was becoming unbearable. So they decided to break the peace deal and take back their arms. That is the Katsina South axis. And in the Katsina North axis, along the Rugu forest, where I traveled down the forest, where I spoke with most of the bandits located in that particular area, consists of four local governments, Safanata, Musabas, Arijibia, all frontline areas, and with high margin of displacement and kidnapping for ransom in that particular place. But to my surprise, there, the people in the community are satisfied with the peace deal. If you, from the last person I interviewed, who is the leader of the security committee that mediated the peace agreement in Libya in particular, you've heard him saying they are appealing to government to release the bandits. But one thing is, I think a bit confusing is the appealing, the call. Is it from a point of fear or a point of surrender? Because they have no option than to appease the bandits and call on government officials to release these bandits to these people. And we've heard from the bandits. They said to be frank, the bandits look happy. They look happy and they're carrying out their activities freely. He says they move freely. They go to markets. They have access now to hospitals. They have gathered a lot of money and now they are spending that money. And they look very, very happy. I think a bandit told me that before, for them to buy water or to drink water, they have to look their back, because anything can happen. Or sometimes to even get a bottle of Coke, they have to pay up to 5,000 to 6,000 just to get a bottle of Coke. And after the peace, then they realize that they have been buying a bottle of Coke that is priced at 500 naira, they've been buying it for 5,000 naira. So you can see the kind of a life they've been living, expensive life. But they are very much satisfied with this peace agreement from the bandits, and from what they told me and from what you've heard in the video there. Well, they also have this concern. They want the government to uphold its own side of the bargain, which I believe is the last uh, based on the terms and conditions they agreed upon to release their relatives, and and that otherwise probably they might go back to, you know, to the kidnappings and the raping, killing of people. So this is just what I was able to gather, and we're working on a much broader, in-depth, short documentary that will explore all these angles that are much deeper than what you've seen today.
Jamil, we do pray that you stay safe as you continue your coverage of this volatile situation. Thank you.